Wagwan me YouTube family, and welcome back to another video. So today we're making a steamed callaloo and a saltfish. So here we have a bundle of callaloo fresh from the market, guys. So you can get callaloo from your local grocery store or your farmer's market. And after purchasing the callaloo, what I like to do is to wash the callaloo to remove all the dirt, and sometimes some insect upon them and them things there, right? So we're just washing the callaloo. So after washing the callaloo, what we're about to do is to show you how you prepare the callaloo before you go ahead and start cutting it into smaller pieces. Please take a look. It is important that this technique is followed through. Why? Because if you go ahead and cut the callaloo just as is without removing that thin layer from it, what will happen is that when you steam the callaloo, when you're eating or chewing on the callaloo, what you'll realize is that you're gonna have some strands in your mouth, right? So that is because you didn't remove that thin layer from it. So each time you chew on the callaloo, then you're going to continually removing that from your mouth. So it is important that you remove that thin layer from the callaloo. So we're just going to repeat this process until we have completed the bundles of callaloo. Okay, so we're almost there. We're almost through to cutting the callaloo into smaller pieces. After cutting the callaloo, what we're about to do is to have our saltfish soaked. You can soak a saltfish from overnight, but also if you're going to prepare like some ground provision or so forth, you can just soak the saltfish for about 10 to 15 minutes to remove some of the salt from it. Then you can go ahead and add it to your food pot. So if you cook a dumpling, a banana and them something there, yes, you just wash off the saltfish and make it soak a little bit. Then you put a saltfish in the pot just like this and make it go and scald off, right? Afterwards, you're going to prepare the seasoning or the vegetables to season the callaloo. So just have a cut up with seasoning them. So now that your callaloo is seasoned, you have your little scallion, your thyme, your garlic, your pimento seed. What we're about to do next is to add some salt. Guys, you could put all of this in the pot where you're going to use steam the callaloo. So you could have just put the callaloo in the pot and put all of them here in there. It doesn't really matter. You can do whichever way, because at the end of the day, everything is going to be combined, right? So you can tops local seasoning pan it, right? And as we said, everything is going to be combined. So you're just mixing everything all together. And to steam the callaloo, you have to put in little butter, right? So you just add some butter based on your preference, depending on the amount of callaloo that you're preparing. You just add enough butter, not a lot, you know, guys, enough that can steam the callaloo. Okay guys, so after you get everything in the pot now, what you're going to do, cover your pot, and then you're going to put the flame on very low and allow it to steam. Okay, moving on to the next step. So you're wondering why should I cut up more seasoning? So this seasoning that we're cutting up now is the onion and some tomato, right? So we're going to use the onions and a tomato to season the saltfish, right? Because this is how we do it. Other persons will prepare their callaloo and the saltfish different, but this is how I prepare my callaloo and the saltfish. So I'm just cutting the onions and tomatoes into small pieces to prepare my saltfish. Next, I'm going to be removing the bone from the saltfish and picking it into smaller pieces, or if you like, you can have yours in chunk, right? So we're just checking in on the callaloo and just giving it a toss. Guys, it not start cooking, we just are checking on it, right? For the saltfish, you're going to add some cooking oil. I'm using coconut oil. And then you're going to add your onions and tomatoes. Afterwards, you're going to saute. Also adding your saltfish. And then you're going to give it a stir. So you're going to steam the callaloo for about 15 to 20 minutes. In the last 5 minutes of steaming the callaloo, you're going to now add the saltfish and the vegetables that you just saute. Or you see the saltfish where you just cook up, you're going to just add this to the frying pan, but you're going to pour off the oil, so you don't have to add so much oil to the pot. You can pour off some of the oil, or when you're going to fry up the saltfish or cook up the saltfish, you don't have to add so much oil, so you're going to pour off the oil and you add the callaloo to the saltfish, or the saltfish to the callaloo, whichever way works. Then we're going to blend everything. So you're going to mix in the callaloo and the saltfish together. Afterwards, you're going to allow the callaloo and the saltfish to simmer for the remaining 5 minutes. And this is our final touch, our steamed callaloo and saltfish. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're new and you haven't yet done so. If you enjoy this video, you might want to check these out.